Hello and welcome or welcome. Why do I do this? It's because I'm moving in the chair. It's very distracting. We've already lost the plot and we're right at the beginning. But hello, welcome or welcome back. My name is Kristen and today we're going to go through all of the series that I'm going to be starting this year. I've already been on my run this morning. We've got coffee. I'm ready. I hope you're ready. If you're not, you can pause. You can go do whatever and then you can come back and then we'll get started. Why does this sound like a test? So let's just get into it. We don't need the fluff. We'll just dive in. Maybe we'll also stay on track. That probably won't happen in any video, but that's okay. We get off track and we'll just go down the track and we'll see what happens. The past couple of days I was making a bunch of spreadsheets because I was writing down a bunch of ideas, and we love spreadsheets around here. Speaking of spreadsheets, if you are interested in tracking all of your reading that you do for the year, my friend Allie from Books with Allie sells reading spreadsheets over on Etsy, and those will be linked in the description below. I've used them the past couple of years and it's really fun just to be able to keep track of what you did read, and then sometimes going back and like if you've started a series, maybe it's been a while between like book 1 and book 2 because you just really didn't have any interest in reading book 2 at that moment, or you needed a break. Maybe you have a long TBR for the month and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna read book 3 of this series. I don't remember anything that happened in book 2, just completely blanking. Go back, look at the spreadsheet. I think it's great. It's really fun, and you can like customize it as much as you can. Add stuff to it, you can take stuff away. It's a good time. Why was I making spreadsheets the other day? Oh, it's because some of the ideas that I have for future stuff that I want to do on this channel, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna start making a list because I may need like a random number generator if there's no list to generate the numbers, then we don't get anywhere. So I was like, I'll start typing things out. And then that thought led to, how many series am I reading this year? Because me and my friend T, and I think our friend Keisha, we were all kind of this year going, it really started with T. This was T's idea. This can be the year that we actually finish book series, because I don't know about you, but I have a problem with maybe starting a book and maybe I just get too busy, or maybe lose a little interest. I need a little break. Life gets in the way and then I just never get to the next book in the series. Maybe I'm in the middle of a series and I'm like, it was all right, but I'll come back to it. I'm not really interested right now. Then you go, oh, that's a lot of series that I have not finished. It makes me feel better. And I enjoy knowing, okay, I have read every book in this series. The series is complete in my brain. It's done. I like to be able to check that little box off. So that kind of led me into making a little spreadsheet, also making notes in my Notion of going, okay, how many series am I in the middle of? Like, how many do I plan on starting this year and how many am I planning on finishing this year, like the ones I'm in the middle of? So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go through all of the book series that I plan on starting this year. We already started. I had to go and get more coffee. Maybe I shouldn't make more later because I made this in my French press and I was like, I can probably make more while I film. Maybe I shouldn't do that. That's probably not the best plan. The first book series that I'm going to be starting this year, and I'm actually going to be starting this month, is the Shatter Me series. I talked about this book a little bit in the March and April TBR video, and this is going to be a buddy read for me with my friend May from Moving with May. They've read the entire series already. This will be a reread for them, and they plan on reading every single book in the series this month. I will be reading probably 1 book a month, maybe 2. I might be able to get to the second one depending on how this month goes. I am not going to commit to reading all of them in the next couple months. We're just going to take our time. We're going to see how it goes, because last year I got really hyper fixated on not only reading but filling out my reading spreadsheet. Got a little burned out. I don't think I read anything in June or July of last year, and we don't want that to happen again. So we're taking it easy. We're going to just cool our jets. We're going to pump the brakes. We're going to take it 1 book at a time. I just read the summary for the first book, Shatter Me, and I don't think I'm going to read any of the other summaries, mostly because I don't want to be spoiled. Typically, you know, as you go on, you'll be introduced to the characters and the world, though even the summaries might give stuff away. and I don't want to know anything. So I'm only going to read the summary of the first book. And it sounds really interesting. I know it's fantasy, I know it has romance in it, but it's also tagged as dystopian as well. I have not read a lot of dystopian novels, but they're really interesting to me and I would like to read more. So if you have any suggestions on dystopian novels, leave them in the comments. I would love to know. It sounds like our main character has some kind of power. It kind of reminds me of Rogue from the X-Men, where, you know, she touches somebody and like, I actually don't know what her power really is. It kind of like sucks the life force out of people. So I don't know if that's similar to what the main character in this book is, but that's where my brain went. I actually had no knowledge going even into this video what the books were about. So I'm actually really excited to get started on this book. The Shatter Me series has 6 books in total plus 2 novellas. Maya sent me a reading order of the books. I'm pretty sure that includes where to read the novellas, and I'm going to try to stick to that as close as possible. I'll be utilizing my library and Libby because I don't have physical copies, and I'm not going to go out and buy any of the books, honestly, for the series that I'll be starting, just to have them. If I read them and then really enjoy them and go, yeah, this is something that I can see myself rereading, I'll go and buy them. But we're going to use our library this time. I'm going to link May's video down below where they go through what their process is going to be for annotating the series. The thing that I remember that sticks out to me most from that video is getting a little post-it note and saying like, this is for all the times that this character is going to make me mad. What character is it? Like Alan? Adam? I don't think it's Alan. I don't remember the name, but I'm pretty sure it's not Alan. Alan is not giving me like epic fantasy name. No offense to any Allens out there. I just can't picture like in the middle of this big epic fantasy battle, a character being like, Alan, we have to get to the castle. We have to stop the king, Alan. I don't think it's Alan. Why would it be Alan? I think it's like a 4-letter name. I think it's Adam. You know what? To find out, you should go watch May's video after this. May's gonna watch this later and be like, it's not Alan. People who have read this series are gonna be like, girl, it's not Alan. Wrong. You know what? My friend Shay has a writing camp that they're hosting this August. I'm gonna write an epic fantasy novel with the main character named Alan. Justice for Allens. The next series I'm gonna start is the Tawny Man series, and this is technically in the big overarching series of the Realm of the Elderlings by Robin Hobb. I did read the summary for this one as well. This one comes after the Life Ship Traders. I feel like the summary maybe was a little bit spoilery, but I didn't recognize any name other than Fitz. We get to see Fitz again. I've only read the first book of the Farseer trilogy, but we love Fitz so much. But since the only name that I recognized was Fitz, I was like, all right, well, this doesn't really spoil a lot for me because I don't really understand anything that the summary's talking about. I feel like Keisha and T, who are my 2 friends that I'm buddy reading all of these with, I don't know if they plan on just reading every single Robin Hobb book and we're just moving through the series. That's kind of how it feels though, and I'm totally fine with that. If you had no idea from the last, 3 videos I've made, I love Robin Hobb. This is the next trilogy set after the Life Ship Traders, and it seems like we're going back to Fitz. I'm interested to see how the Farseer trilogy ends since I haven't finished that one. I'm technically going out of order because I started Life Ship Traders first, and then because I wanted to continue the series, my friends were like, you should probably read Farseer trilogy now, so that way you can get caught up and you understand all the other characters and what's going to happen. I'll be interested to see how the Farseer trilogy ends and how it connects to the Tawny Man trilogy. The next book series that I'm starting this year, and I'm also pretty sure is a buddy read with my friend Keisha. I could be wrong though, because I need to keep better track of my buddy reads, is the Jade City series. It's not called that, it's the Greenbone Saga. That's fine, we're just gonna leave it in, we're gonna go with it. This is also a book that I've owned these on my Kindle a good number of years now, but I've never read them. And I've never read the summary until today. Much like with Shatter Me, I only read the summary of the first book. This one also was really intriguing. The Goodreads summary thing kind of described it. It was like Godfather-esque. I've never seen The Godfather, but it was like these 2 crime syndicate families that I don't know if they control the city, but they're like two big crime families and magical jade. Bunch of fighting's gonna break out. It sounds really interesting. It's an urban fantasy, which I don't think I've ever read any urban fantasy. I'm excited to get to this one. I don't think I'm gonna start reading it until June, maybe till the summer. I think we decided the summer was when we're gonna start this one. Now I'm more excited to read it. I first was just excited because I was like, I love buddy reads. That's a good time. And then I read the summary and was like, wait, but this sounds like a really good book. The next book series that I'm going to be starting this year is the Folk of the Air. I just call it the Cruel Prince series. I think that's kind of what happened with the Green Bone Saga, is because I've seen the name of the first book so many times and I didn't know it had like a series name. Anyways, off track. Going back on track, I read the summary of The Cruel Prince, which is the first book. I read that this morning. I think this was maybe supposed to be a buddy read with Allie, but then she ended up reading this either earlier this year or sometime last year, which is fine. I know she's already read it before. I might be able to convince her to read it with me again. I'm gonna give it a chance. It probably wouldn't be the first thing I reach toward, because I just reading the summary, there was something like a character gets stolen away and gets placed into something called the High Court of Fairy. I'm gonna be honest, that sounded a little goofy to me. Normally stories that deal with the Fae have these really wild and imaginative names. And so in my brain, just reading the summary and seeing the High Court of Fairy, I was like, that's pretty on the nose. So at least you know what you're gonna get. I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about this series. Probably wouldn't be a book that I would pick up just for me if I was browsing, but Allie says it's really good. I figured I'd give it a try. I'm also trying to, while I am understanding more of what genres I really like and really tend to favor, I also want to try other genres. I do want to try books that maybe I wouldn't have given a shot, because who knows, maybe I'll really like it. One series that I would like to get to, but I'm not sure if I will, because I have a lot of series that I'm starting and then a lot of series I'm in the middle of, is the Rainwild Chronicles. This is also in the world of Robin Hobb, the realm of the Elderlings. This one comes after the Tawny Man trilogy. I just tried to read the summary for the first book. I'm not sure if it's a spoiler. It kind of seemed like it might be, so I read the first sentence and I was like, oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler to what happens in the third book of the Live Ship Trader, so I clicked away very quickly. And I'm about to start the third book of the Live Ship Traders. Maybe after I finish it, then I'll go and read the summary. And now that I'm thinking about it, that's kind of interesting, because Fitz is the main character in the Farseer trilogy, but then we move over to a whole new set of characters in the Live Ship Traders. I haven't finished the Farseer trilogy, but there's been no mention about Fitz. It seems like these two kind of worlds, these two trilogies, don't interact at all. And so it seems like the Farseer trilogy kind of jumps over the Live Ship Traders and then ties in with the Tawny Man series. And then the Live Ship Traders jumps over Tawny Man and ties in with the Rainwild Chronicles. That's really interesting. I didn't even think, it's because I haven't read any of the summaries. Maybe if I had read the Farseer trilogy first. It's fine. We're processing, we're learning. So we'll see if we end up getting to this series. If it's not this year, it'll definitely be next year. And I didn't think to include this until just now, but I will also be starting Ultimate Spider-Man. Me and my husband went to our local comic book store yesterday. I ended up with this one and one other graphic novel. I'm really excited. I've never read any comic books. I didn't grow up reading comic books. I didn't grow up reading graphic novels or manga. Anything other than just a typical novel. Didn't read it. I like superheroes, and buying this and just going to our local comic book store spurred from a conversation. I think because of the new Fantastic Four movie that's coming out. I don't like Fantastic Four. I have not seen any of the movies. I haven't read any of the comic books, but I do remember the cartoon, and I do remember not liking it. I don't like any of those characters. I think they're goofy as hell. That just ended up sparking a conversation about comic books and graphic novels. My husband has read many graphic novels, many comic books. He has a bunch of Batman ones. I think he might have some Spider-Man ones, but mostly Batman. I know through my husband that there's multiple universes, multiple arcs. They like revamp the characters. It'll be Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, also not a fan. You know, all of these like superheroes and superhero groups, but they'll like rework them into a new arc or a new universe, or there'll be a crossover. And I figured, well, now that I've started a booktube, why not start now? So this is also a series. I think there's 13. So this is volume 1. I don't know how long this will take me to read. I don't know how long this will take me to read, so I don't want to rush through it. Ultimate Spider-Man goes back to Spider-Man's roots. It's Peter Parker as a high school student. We all know the story, gets bit by a spider, turns into your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm excited. Have I read any graphic novels ever? Bone. I don't remember the author, but Tien had me read Bone many, many, many years ago. I should probably look up who the author is. Please hold. It's Bone by Jeff Smith, and I'm going to put a little picture here. Tien has this graphic novel. I think it's back at his parents' house, though. I remember being so upset at the end of this book. It was so good. I don't know if I cried. I probably did, but I don't want to admit that. This was so good. I enjoyed this way more than I thought I would. I'm pretty sure that's the only graphic novel, like the one and only that I've ever read. I highly encourage you to read it. I'm pretty sure it made me cry. I would love to read it again, even though it was so sad at the end. I think besides Bone, I don't think I've read any other graphic novels. Nope, that's a lie. Why the Last Man? I've also read that one. That one was also, who's the author of that? Why the Last Man by Brian K. Vaughan. That one was also really good. I don't remember a lot of detail. I'm pretty sure I read the entire thing. I know there's multiple volumes. I would like to read that one again as well. Tien also owns Why the Last Man, but it's not in our current house. Am I gonna lie again? I think those are the only 2 graphic novels that I've read. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully I haven't lied anymore. So how many is that? All in all, that is 6 book series that I would like to start this year. I know for sure I'll be starting Shatter Me, the Greenbone Saga, the Folk of the Air, the Tawny Man series, and also Spider-Man. We'll see if we get to the Rainwild Chronicles. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. It's okay. That's good timing because I'm out of coffee. I should probably swap over to tea. If you have any series that you think I should give a try, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to add to my list. As we all know, the TBR never ends. It just keeps going. Thanks for sticking around. I really appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, this is how you know that I know nothing about graphic novels, because I look on the back and obviously this says volume 1 and then it says Ultimate Spider-Man number 1 through 13, and so I was like, oh okay, there's probably like 13 volumes. No, wrong. Ultimate Spider-Man, like numbers 1 through 13 are in this volume. That makes more sense. So I don't actually know how many volumes are in Ultimate Spider-Man, and that's probably something I should look up. But this particular one has volumes 1 through 13. So there's that.